They escaped the devastation of World War II, the many wars against colonial rule, from internal conflicts and repression. They fled from civil strife, tyranny, and contempt for human rights. Courageous and resilient, they search for safety.
By then when they came and they have abducted me, they tied me with the ropes. They took my father, then they went behind the house. Then they killed him there. Yes.
كان خطر بيتنا قريب على المطار واحد وكثرة الانفجار فكان الأطفال يخافون من أصوات الطيارة تمشيط للمطار على طرف النهر فكان الأطفال يخافون وثاني شيء قتل ابن عمنا فالأقرباء كلهم رحلوا من أقربائي كلهم رحلوا ما بقيت إلا أنا فأنا رحلت معهم.
Refugees are some of the world's most vulnerable people. Stripped of their rights and often of everything they own, they flee looking for refuge. UNHCR's job is to ensure respect for the basic rights of refugees. This work always concerns the most defenseless people, men, women, and children who can no longer count on protection from their own country.
meel aad aaga soo dhaqaaqis ma lahaday adiga oo meeshaas shaqo adag ku haysatid oo daruuf adag kugu haysanin oo dagaal aan ka soconin laakiin waxa looga soo dhaqaaqaya waxa way dagaalkaas iyo daruufta soo shaqo la'aanta
ana maamla wanda kayke enga nimadiyee lan da irukrom enga amma appavala ngramende naangalum ngramende enga pillailu ngramende pillailu kor nalla seerthama or kalviya edume.
It was in the wake of World War II in 1951 that the United Nations General Assembly set up the Refugee Agency. The adoption of the UN Refugee Convention followed some 6 months later, providing a legal basis for asylum and a definition of refugee. A refugee is someone who has been forced to flee their country and unable or unwilling to return because of a well-founded fear of persecution based on race, religion, nationality, membership of a particular social group, or political opinion. UNHCR's first job was to resettle more than 1 million people made homeless by World War II. It was supposed to be a short-term task. However, in the years that followed, the refugee problem spread to every corner of the globe as millions of new victims fled war, internal conflict, persecution, and other human rights violations. To continue to assist and protect refugees the world over, UNHCR expanded its operations and now works in 110 countries with a committed staff of over 6,000. In almost 60 years of service, it has repatriated or resettled more than 50 million people. Protection is UNHCR's core mandate, but what exactly is refugee protection? Above all, it means making sure those people who flee their homes because of persecution and conflict are given safe haven, and making sure the same refugees won't be sent back into danger. But protection also means that refugees receive shelter, food, and medical care. Protection work demands that UNHCR staff are there on the ground from the very beginning.
We're happy to see you again. Welcome back.
We have to be present at the entry points. We have to be present at the points of vulnerability. For instance, where the rights of refugees can be compromised through violence. And being present there, we have to see, we have to feel, we have to smell, we have to conceptualize the situation of refugees in protection terms and translate that into action.
Most often, protection begins the moment a refugee crosses a border seeking asylum. Once registered as a refugee, UNHCR and its NGO partners make sure basic needs are met until refugees can go home.
Have a quick needs assessment and immediately respond to their needs. They need blankets, they need houses that need reconstruction, they need food, and we're going to have to work together as the UN to ensure that these things are provided to them.
In the meantime, refugees are encouraged to go to school, learn a new skill, or even start a new business. But this sort of life can only be a temporary solution. Protection requires UNHCR to search for concrete alternatives for refugees. This is what it calls durable solutions. Durable solutions are meant to provide refugees with the means to take the first steps towards a normal life, out of danger, out of asylum. The three main durable solutions are repatriation, or returning refugees to their home country when it's deemed safe; local integration, receiving citizenship in their asylum country and acquiring the same rights as the locals; or resettlement, reserved for the most needy refugees who will start a new life in a completely different country. In most cases, the preferred durable solution is repatriation. The ideal is to help refugees return when it's safe, but the reality can be much different. These days, refugees often go back to destroyed homes and a society in turmoil, where protection must continue even after they return. This was the case for more than 100,000 Liberians who returned after years of bitter ethnic conflict. UNHCR aided them to return and helped reconstruct homes for those who fled and for those who stayed behind. Providing the means for refugees to smoothly reintegrate into the community is essential. Otherwise, a fragile post-war peace can easily dissolve into violence. Another of UNHCR's durable solutions is local integration. In Serbia, 143,000 refugees were granted citizenship, and more than 7,000 people were helped by housing schemes. Another durable solution is resettlement. This option is reserved for a relatively small number of the most vulnerable refugees who can neither go back home nor remain in their asylum country. It means moving to a new place and adapting to a new culture. This was the case for 100 Palestinian families who were accepted for resettlement in Brazil. The growing complexity of conflict and resulting refugee crises have made the search for solutions more difficult. Refugees could wait months or even years before a suitable alternative is found. Despite the challenges, the UN Refugee Agency remains vigilant in protecting the rights of these defenseless people.